Hey, hey, hey. Test, test, test. We have sound. There we go. It's working. You can hear us now. This is great. And somehow, let's talk about it when we get to the camera shot. All right, we're back. Can't believe we made it. Let us know in the chat.
I mean, did we made it though?
If you can hear us and if our levels are close enough. This has been fun. It's been a fun 20 minutes of getting this working, but you can hear us, which is great. The music worked before, and then we got the sound working. Doesn't matter. Let's do a little intro where we're at today. We are in Amsterdam at IBC 2023, and we're sitting outside the RAI.
I was told you should say it like the whiskey, but then I didn't know what whiskey, exactly, so that didn't help.
Well, yeah, so we made it. We've been walking around this morning inside the IBC show floor a little bit and seeing some booth action to see what kind of things people are working on, but we decided for some reason to come outside into the sweltering sun and try to make this work. People are saying that Matthew here is saying that it's RYE, like rye, like the wheat. Is that?
I mean, that's possible.
Sync is fine also, which is good. So now that we have and levels are fine too. Now that we have audio, the sync is fine. Yeah, I feel accomplished that we got it working. So now I kind of done.
I think I know what it was.
Okay, so we got to set up the audio is coming into the mixer, into the camera, then all into the live view, and we're streaming that camera source. Go on. What was wrong with the audio setup then?
So we set everything up, not where we wanted to shoot. Then we packed everything down, and then I plugged the microphone cable into the headphone jack, which I think disables HDMI output of audio. It's
a rookie mistake, but yeah.
So now, after we replugged it, it's all working.
Yeah. I don't know why, but it is. Someone else here saying like rye, like sky. I like that one. That makes sense to me.
I think we could fill an hour just talking about how you should say Ray.
We probably should.
Or rye, or Roy.
Rye whiskey, yeah.
See, that's a whiskey. I know there's a whiskey that's called like it, but
no.
Feels like they should give it to us here.
Well, what are we here to actually talk about other than our failure to start the stream smoothly? What are you planning to do for the next 3 days?
Should we just restart the stream and like cut out the start?
Yeah, new link coming in the chat. We'll edit this all later and no one will ever know that anything was wrong. No, so the plan for the next 3 days is to walk around all the halls. There's like 11 halls or something. Is that now?
12?
12 halls of booths and equipment and new stuff and old stuff and updates. And we want to just walk around for the next few days and chat about what is new from people. I've been doing some interviews this morning and some videos this morning. But I think for the next few hours today, I'll walk around the show floor just aimlessly. So if you have anything that you think we should look at or question people about, then this would be the time to ask us to do that.
Yeah.
What's your plan for the next 3 days?
Well, we do another live stream tomorrow, a little bit bigger with 2 field teams and the office house crew. And then, lots of meetings and it'll be fun.
Do you think that tomorrow's live stream will go as smoothly as this one has? Or smoother or less smooth?
And I mean, now we tested it, and we'll not leave the halls.
And you've learned to plug the microphone in the microphone input, not the headphone output.
You learned that? No, I'll do it again tomorrow. No, tomorrow we'll also have wireless mics, which I think we now need to talk about where we're gonna plug them into.
Yeah, that's true.
Because the live view doesn't have a way to embed it.
We'll figure that out later. For now, I'm happy that this setup is working. So I did run through it a little bit before, but we have the Mix Pre 3 here on our table, on our desk, outdoor desk, and our 2 microphones coming in there. That audio gets combined together into the GH5 that's sitting kind of in a public street here. So if somebody runs past and grabs this camera, you will see a very abrupt end to our live stream as Jonas runs after them because it's his camera. The HDMI of that is going out into this live view solo? Question mark? I guess so.
I mean, now it is.
It's solo live view. And that's
Solo Pro, I think, because we use the SRT feature.
Okay, so we're SRTing into vMix Cloud. What happens then?
Then we overlay a bunch of like H2R graphics and H2R cloud interactions, and somewhere there's also a playout be floating around.
Yeah, that was a wishful thinking that we'd get a chance to go through all those.
Yeah.
Rob here asking a question. What are you excited about the announcements so far at IBC? What have you seen so far?
I mean, the SRT announcement by Blackmagic. Not because I think I'll use it that much, but because it shows a trend in the industry. Like, I think getting rid of RTMP and using more SRT is a great idea. And it becoming into the Blackmagic devices means like all the other like vendors will need to follow it.
Yeah, that's true. I was just chatting with them about that actually, and they weren't. So right now the SRT setup that they have is just like the RTMP setup, which is like from a Blackmagic device you send the stream, SRT or RTMP, and then on the other end it has to be a Blackmagic device. So far, that's what they're saying in there.
That's what they're saying, but it looks like if you tweak it correctly, you're already able to send devices.
Exactly. So it's not like the RTMP, which is you needed to really crack open OBS to make that work.
Yeah, so I looked into that fix, and what's interesting is the only thing you needed to change is like the name of the encoder.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me if that's what they've hidden under the hood. Like it's a BND underscore encoder underscore 8SEM or something. But you're not going to do that really. Like I mean, really cracking open. Because you have to build OBS from source or something like that?
Yeah, you download the source, you change that one string, and you build it. But like, I also don't understand why Blackmagic did it. But then they do a bunch of like secret sauce stuff to do the camera control. It will be interesting if that is going to be available over SRT as well. Yeah. Like the tally.
You can say that. If you send, so if you have a streaming bridge on the other end and you're accepting a signal, then you could send. You could plug in the SDI reference in and send stuff back. I'm pretty sure it did that.
I mean, that's how it works with the RTMP.
Yeah.
But like SRT, that feels a little harder to do.
I know he mentioned in a live stream yesterday there was the video yesterday from Blackmagic. I'm pretty sure he mentioned that, but maybe I'm wrong if... Blackmagic camera for iPhone app, Mark is reminding me of... I actually, like I said, shooting on the show floor today. A bunch of interviews and videos, and this morning I downloaded the Blackmagic camera app and I've been using that for the purposes of these videos, and it's good, it's great. I had Filmic Pro before. I haven't used it in like a year, but I wasn't willing to subscribe to its payment options. I paid for it way back and I was happy with that, but I just left it. So
I wonder if that's like half of why Grant did it. Like, remember last live stream he did like this whole tirade about like how much he hates software as a service and subscriptions. Yeah. After he then launched a subscription to Blackmagic Cloud. How would you feel if you're the developer of Filmic Pro right now?
Yeah, I think that a free camera app that does have all the controls that had. As far as I used, maybe there was more specifics, but I doubt they're going to charge for that. It's going to be free, and they're going to keep. I mean,
it's the gateway. Yeah. Like you learn it on that, and then you'll just migrate slowly up to the 12K.
Exactly.
I think that's their plan.
Slippery slope.
Really slippery slope.
Yeah.
Well, first you need to get an iPhone.
Okay, yeah, but
I don't see them porting it to Android.
Will it be on the iPad? Can you use that? I would love to use that. I
think the iPad would be great.
Another question here. Franklin asks, or says, "It's nice audio. What mics are you using?"
It's MD46.
You have to look at it. I couldn't remember myself. That's why I was asking you.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, we're literally sitting next to a street. And yeah,
that sounds really good. I'll have to listen back later, because obviously I haven't actually heard it yet because it didn't work until we're already live, so I never got to hear.
We'll trust our viewers that they don't lie about the audio.
I trust them. Lindhager here says the only thing that's missing from the camera app is SRT. I wonder if they'll add that. Now that have they ever said SRT before in anything ever?
No.
So it's like they realized that it exists.
So what's interesting though is they mentioned SRT with YouTube. So like over the last year, a couple of things happened. YouTube finally is more publicly speaking about SRT ingest, and it seems like Blackmagic. That really was the thing for Blackmagic, where they were like, wait, there's a new format, let's try to adapt to it.
Exactly.
do have to say it's kind of weird just having people walk behind the camera randomly.
I think that anybody on this side of the camera behind us gets it because they're all in the conference doing this kind of stuff. So they're like, oh, look, they're just doing another stream. But anyone behind the camera that side is like cyclists going past on their vacation or random person who lives down the street, and they're probably wondering why
is there so much tech and what are they talking about?
Yeah. And how good is their audio?
And why were they live 20 minutes late? But
John says, nice. I hope the event is going well. A nice outside feed. Yeah. So we were sitting in the press lounge, as you said, very comfortably. Everything
was working.
And then we said, well, I was very adamant that we should do this on the show floor because I was like, why wouldn't we have a background of all the booths possible?
Yeah.
And we walked around for like about 30 seconds and realized we're going to be in a dark, lifeless corner.
Yeah.
Or we're going to go back to the press lounge.
You know, I would have loved to find a medium where I don't need to squint and like the sun isn't burning us, but it's also not quite that dark. But hey, we'll take what we can get.
I'm okay though. I've got my bird dog hat on, so I'm not worried about the
you know, that's a problem. I didn't went to bird dog yet, so
I didn't get this today. I've had this for months.
Oh, so you got a bird dog hat and brought it to IBC?
Yeah, so I can give it back to them.
That's
again.
not how the swag works.
Exactly. Yeah. We actually have someone who's walking past here, and they're taking a photo of us doing a live stream. So I'm just going to.
You all can't see it.
Hey, how you doing? We're just live right now, but we'll say hello and I'll talk to you later.
I'm your friend.
Thanks. Good to have you here. Find me later.
Okay.
So there's not just strangers walking past. There's people who actually know the.
It's kind of weird because, like, I don't know how often you get recognized in your everyday life.
No,
but like suddenly you come to a conference like this and there's people like, oh, I know you from office hours or
it's weird.
Like industry connections.
It's very nice, but it's also very like strange, very strange feeling. I appreciate it though.
Yeah.
Let me see. Richmond here says just install the Blackmagic camera app on the iPad and it works. Expanded and stretched out. It does install and run. That's funny.
How do you feel about that sneaky or like stealth mode?
Actually, I really like it. So they have a feature that if you're shooting the camera like in traditional, 16:9, and you turn it round, it's still 16:9,
but cropped.
So you can't really make a mistake, no matter who you give the camera to. But then there's a feature, there's a check mark to unlock the 9:16 if you want it.
Yeah.
In the settings.
I don't think I would have called it stealth mode.
I don't think that was a good name for it.
Like that, I don't know, so there's this law in Japanese where they have to have an audible camera shutter because they had so much problems with people taking images. I'm like, do you really like need to call it stealth mode?
That's true. Yeah, that's not the best name for it.
But like the idea is great.
Yeah. I get the idea, definitely. And it I don't know, it kind of forces you to use a cropped.
Yeah. Did you try if you can still do 4K or?
I haven't tried that actually. No.
I guess it would be 1080p only then if it's cropped.
I don't think that they specify that because you choose the resolution in your settings. So I suppose it just I don't know. Well, I'll have to try that afterwards.
I think the reason why they called it stealth mode is like when you try to record something like at a concert.
Yeah.
Where maybe like everybody's fine doing normal records for Instagram, TikTok and all that.
Exactly.
But if you would like show up, but like honestly, like I found it so funny that he made it sound like, oh, and you like record horizontally but like hold your phone differently. It's was a little funny.
And we're just talking about Blackmagic stuff basically right now because it was the only real live stream video released ahead of time. And it's the only booth that I've been to this morning, just because of what time I got there and when I had some time to film.
They let you into the hall at least.
They did.
So John told me, oh yeah, I'll be there at 8. They let us into the hall as press. Took me like... First, the transport system in Amsterdam is really complicated. Like you need to check in here and then check out there and like swipe your card correctly. And then I arrived here and I had to... Walked in, got my badge, and then I was told, no, you can't walk in here. You can't go into the exhibition yet.
Apparently,
the media thing.
Apparently, they forgot to tell some of the security guards that you could let the press in early so they could go film stuff. And Jonas met one of those security guards, and I did not.
And we talked about it earlier, like the press badges, they're red, but the attendee badges are also red. So like, there's
a quirky start to the day.
Yeah.
Per Jonas, Eric says, per Jonas, prepared but still denied. I know. Just shot right down. Like, no, you, sir, are not welcome in here. Not until it opens. Or someone said, where did that go? Jim here saying, refreshing to hear good audio. I wonder, Jim, are you saying all the audio on this channel has been trashed before? So finally now it's good to hear some good audio. Got some help. I'm just joking, Jim, but it's true. It's probably the best audio on the channel.
I thought about it, like maybe, who knows, maybe we sent like a weird mono mix earlier, and then like you need to refresh for YouTube to realize it.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Got it working. Let's see. Sennheiser for the win. Exactly. You're absolutely right.
The other thing that, like, what are you really want to see on the floor? Like if you had to name 3 items that are not Blackmagic.
I think people have been talking about this Magewell Director Mini thing.
Yeah.
And I want to just go look at it. And I want to, like, it's like a YOLO box equivalent.
But it's not an Android phone. Like,
but
that's one of the big things.
Yeah.
They seem to, like, just be a little more customized.
Yeah.
And it supports up to 3 SRT inputs.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think for me, the reason this is a perfect opportunity to explore those things is that you always wonder, or I always wonder, how good the touchscreen is on those kind of devices.
Yeah.
And you don't know until you go there and play with it.
So that's a cool thing, since it's Magewell. Are we going to get a live demonstration of the Doppler effect?
In advance, we try not to scream over a siren going past there. I hope your ears managed better than ours did there. But yeah, I would like to try that. I would like to go and press the buttons or press the screen and see, like, is it any good?
They also have a web interface. So like that's one of the things that Magewell... Yeah. Oh. That's one of the things that Magewell does really well, like just opening up their APIs.
Yeah.
So like I already looked at the API, talking about APIs. How excited are you to have a camera that speaks REST?
I know that they're excited about it, definitely. And it seems...
So I found something weird in it yesterday. I looked at the spec. It supports the same REST API than the Hyperdeck for playing back your media. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, because which camera was it again? The new Studio 4K?
So I think it's the new Micro Studio 4K MK2 Gen 2 G2. But you don't find it in the PDF of the studio cameras. I only found it in the PDF of the cinema cameras.
I was talking to them earlier on the booth, and they did say that it will probably come. I don't want to quote anybody, but I think that they said it'll be a rollout to the other cameras.
I mean, it makes sense. I'm glad they're finally doing that. Now I just wait for an ATEM REST API. Like, how great would that be?
If they're all into REST APIs all of a sudden, then yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I'd love to see it.
And one really cool thing with that new camera is FTP, so you can FTP into it. And it also had like a Samba share or something.
Yeah, there was FTP, you're right.
Yeah, and
he did say Samba share too.
It's really cool.
Hans here saying, I'll be at IBC on Sunday. Want to try out the new Micro Studio camera 4K G2. Yeah, it was really nice. It has those new lockable well, maybe that's not a new thing, but instead of the little DIN connectors that it used to have, it now has mini or micro lockable SDI. Micro, yeah.
You see them often on routers.
Yeah.
So you save space.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's great that they're lockable.
I have a couple of the DIN ones, so it's annoying sort of to get another thing.
Do you have a video assist?
Yeah.
Then you already have the converters. Or do you have a large one? The small video assist also has the small DIN ones.
No, I have the DIN one, definitely. I don't have any lockable SDIs, so that's fine. And I don't need the camera. Oh, actually, you know what? One thing I love about the camera is it has a power connector on it instead of going via that breakout cable.
Yeah, that was the one thing that I always was irritated about.
Yeah.
But like, it's interesting. Like, everybody, and like we both talk to a lot of people, from like the hobbyist who just does it as a hobby to like broadcasters, And like the one thing that I was like, I would love a new one of that is that studio camera.
Yeah.
So like below $1,000, I think it's a great camera.
Yeah,
I think we'll see it in a lot of home studios as well.
I think so. I would
like as a webcam.
I would get it if I didn't already have enough cameras.
Yeah, like imagine, hey, shading your camera with like rest over companion or something.
That'd be cool.
We'll see who's doing the companion module first.
It's going to be a race to the finish line.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't think so either. What else did we see today? I got a vMix mouse pad.
I think
like traditional.
Did we get the same one?
Yeah,
we did.
So they have a different one every day. So if you're coming to IBC, you need to come every day to get a different mouse pad. But it's like, I don't know. I guess they always have some sort of reason.
It's always
for this,
a banana.
But I don't really know what the limo and.
I wonder if they created this for NAB New York originally.
It does have a more of a feel. It
doesn't feel like Amsterdam.
It has the New York skyline on it, so I mean that gives it away a bit, doesn't it? Oh, because they go there in a month's time. Next month.
Yeah, NAB New York is the next one. We won't be there.
We will not be there. Philip wants to know, is there a difference between the Blackmagic Studio Camera 4K Plus G2 and the previous Plus, apart from adding SDIs?
They did mention that the internals are different, I think.
Did they? I need to dig back into that again, I'm not sure.
Maybe it's also getting the rest thing, hopefully.
Possibly, yeah.
L-mount, them joining the L-mount alliance is a pretty big thing.
Yeah, that was different to see. Another mount. I don't know. I personally don't want to invest in anything more like that.
But also, it's really adaptable. Like they already showed their L-mount, EF mount to L-mount.
Yeah.
So that will be great.
Yeah, that's right. The Blackmagic Studio Camera G2 Plus. I forgot that was something that they announced here. I think I'm kind of lost on all these. The G2s. As soon as something becomes G2, I get kind of lost, to be honest. So
yeah,
I'm not sure. On the Video Hub 80x80, did we talk about that already?
A lot of people didn't think it would happen.
Yeah, it just took them a while, and they refreshed everything like a few months ago, and they missed this one.
Also, it looks weird.
It does. So
it really looks like, hey guys, we had the internals done. What should we do as a front panel? We still have a bunch of like the 40x40s.
Yeah, check it out on the site. And I looked at it today. It is the 40x40 front panel on an 80x80. But since the 80x80 is so huge, they just sort of filled the gap with like what feels like a design choice. Instead of putting a taller panel, I guess for their production lines, it's easier for them just to make more 40x40 style panels.
Yeah. I mean, that's really one interesting thing that's different from a lot of vendors. Blackmagic does still produce a lot of their stuff themselves.
That's true.
That's why they can do so bold plays as like, hey, here's the new thing, we'll start producing now.
Yeah. It feels like they go pretty fast from, here's a new thing, let's get it produced, and then it's shipped.
Yeah, well, the interesting thing is if you wouldn't be the producer yourself, you couldn't do that.
That's true.
You wouldn't want to rely on your production partner. And
you'd have to really...
So like when Grant is like, yeah, we have it ready now, so we'll start producing. I'm like, great.
Yeah.
But then like where's all the 2110 stuff?
That's true. And finally, let's wrap it up for the Blackmagic stuff. The new 1ME advanced panels, they have a 20 button and a 30 button.
It's cute.
I really like the look of it, actually. I don't like the 10 one. It's so
But
deep.
Did you see the price?
Like 4K?
Yeah.
And like 5.5 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's plenty of money, but it's really sweet.
If the Sting button works...
that's true. That's worth
the price will sting a little less.
Yeah, but it's really nice. It's like a little sweet little compact 20 button. They have it in there as a little test. I guess it's like a month or two away from being shipping, so it's early days for that. Any last topics? Because my back is on fire, and I think it would be great to I'm just trying to find my the what do you call it? Comments. There they are. Okay, cool. Last few questions, and then we can go inside and walk around in the cold instead of sitting out in the heat. 2023, will it be the year of 8K? I'm not really seeing any like big push towards 8K related things so far. Maybe
I think 8K kind of died off. I was just talking to a broadcast company, and they're like, yeah, all our infrastructure is 3G. We have 2 trucks that are UHD. I mean, where do you want to play 8K, right?
Yeah.
Like, we'll probably go to like 1080p, 4K, and HDR first before you add 8K or 10-bit video, because like that's like, if we also think about bandwidth, 8K is like 4x again.
It's true.
So like I don't, like, is your home ready to like receive a 200 Mbit stream?
No,
probably not. So yeah, I think we'll go to 10-bit, 1080p and 4K HDR first.
Yeah. Rob here, you reminded me. Rob says, I have still use your nice H2R mousepad that I gave him last year, IBC 2022. I got 3 printed. I used 2 of them myself, and I brought 1, and he got it last year. So I'm happy to hear that.
And you didn't bring me one?
Rob, why did you bring this up? Next year I'll have
we'll
to
have to talk after the stream about that.
Speaking of bringing things, we have a bunch of stickers and bits and pieces. So if you're coming to IBC tomorrow, you can meet us. We're doing like a meetup in the plaza
Back
over
there.
there. Not here, but over there. So if you want to, it's between 11 and 12, and yeah, we'd like to hang out and chat.
Yeah. That's like really cool though, how they have a little beach and everything, and
it's a nice little spot, I think, and hopefully the weather's as nice as it is today.
Yeah, let's hope it doesn't rain.
Wilder's saying here that we're charging everything from a public charging pole because someone else asked, how are you keeping your equipment powered right now? Oh no, Wilder asked that.
So we have a lot of batteries, like the camera just runs off a normal battery. V-mount battery that then goes out over D-tap or P-tap to a splitter for like the pebbling, because we have a pebbling back there
Behind
for
you
our
there for the
infrastructure. And then I created a couple custom cables.
Nice.
And a power bank for the Mix Pre.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to get some AA batteries, but ran out of time.
The power itself is like distributed amongst a bunch of different types of batteries, so we're constantly keeping an eye on each one to see if it's going well.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I think that was a nice little recap of day 1. I think now that we can go in there and spend like 2 days looking around, we'll have more things to say if we do another live stream throughout the weekend. But for now, I'm pretty happy with all of the things I've seen so far, which is not that much, and I'm sure we'll see more.
Do you think I'll be in focus at all on this live stream?
Probably not. One of us.
One
it's
of us
probably
is
right between the two.
Yeah.
I'm
It's like as
too
soon
close
as
and
we-
you're too far.
Yeah.
So if I just move around enough, I'm sure we'll be in focus at some point. So this is my question to you, Jonas. What is the button that finishes the show and gets rid of the audio? Because I'm not entirely sure.
I mean, should we do a quick pan with the camera to show everyone where we were?
You can do that. Yeah, absolutely.
So
I'll hold this.
you hold my mic.
I'll hold this
We'll
in case-
narrate it, and
I'll
then
narrate
we'll
this.
end it.
So Jonas is now getting up and walking behind the camera, hopefully not knocking it over, and he's adjusting the wrong adjustment on the camera. Oh, that's the one, yeah. And the narration goes that over to the side there is like a busy road, and people are going past on their bikes, and the cars are all over the place. And with that, I'd like to thank you all for watching the live stream and bearing with us as we try to make it work. At the start, we will, you always learn something when you're out in the elements, literally, live streaming stuff. If you have any questions, Discord is a good place to ask. If there's something you need to, the videos I posted today already have some comments underneath them, so I've got some stuff to go figure out. But otherwise, we'll see you